Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación del Colegio 9. Hoy celebramos los logros de la clase de 2020.
欢迎大家参加 College Night 毕业典礼，共同见证和庆祝我们2020届学生的成就。
Välkomna till Collegium Neos avslutningsceremoni för att fira 2020 års avgångsklassprestationer.
Bem-vindos à cerimônia de formatura do College 9. Hoje celebramos as conquistas da turma de 2020.
2020 ക്ലാസിന്റെ നേട്ടങ്ങൾ ആഘോഷിക്കുന്ന കോളേജ് 9ന്റെ ബിരുദദാന ചടങ്ങിലേക്ക് ഏവർക്കും സ്വാഗതം.
2020 को कक्षाको उपलब्धिहरू मनाउन कलेज 9 को दीक्षान्त समारोहमा स्वागत छ.
2020ஆம் ஆண்டின் கல்லூரி 9ஐ சேர்ந்த பட்டாதாரிகளுடைய சாதனைகளை கொண்டாடும் தொடக்க விழாவிற்கு அனைவரையும் வரவேற்கின்றோம்.
नमस्ते सत श्री अकाल 2020 ਦੀ ਕਲਾਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਪ੍ਰਾਪਤੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਜਸ਼ਨ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕਾਲਜ 9 ਆਰੰਭ ਸਮਾਰੋਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ. ਧੰਨਵਾਦ.
Welcome to the College 9 commencement ceremony celebrating the achievements of the class of 2020.
Welcome to the College 9 virtual commencement ceremony for the class of 2020. My name is Flora Liu, and I'm the provost of College 9. While we cannot be physically together to celebrate this momentous occasion, in our hearts today, we are all among the redwoods of the beautiful UCSC campus. I'd like to begin by situating us into this place, by acknowledging that the land on which the campus is built is the traditional and unceded territory of the UP tribe of the Awaswas Nation. Today, these lands are represented by the Ama Mutsun tribal band, who are the descendants of the Awaswas and Mutsun nations, whose ancestors were taken to Mission Santa Cruz and Mission San Juan Bautista during Spanish colonization of the Central Coast. Today, the Ama Mutsun are working hard to fulfill their obligation to the Creator to care for and steward Mother Earth and all living things through relearning efforts and the Ama Mutsun Land Trust. This message, carefully crafted by the Ama Mutsun tribal band, speaks of the rupture of ways of life and efforts to find forms of healing that emerged from our values and the webs of relationships that sustain us. In these past months, the consistency and normalcy of our lives have been ruptured. COVID-19 has exposed many iniquities and injustices in our society, revealing a highly uneven terrain of precarity and suffering. As a professor of environmental studies, I think about the connections between such zoonotic diseases and habitat change, agro-industrial food systems, and human-wildlife interactions. I think about the disproportionate levels of mortality of the pandemic in low-income communities of color who are rendered more vulnerable due to environmental and social injustice. In a COVID-19 world, universities must meet the challenge by training students differently. This means thinking beyond disciplinary boundaries, incorporating the concerns of community members, translating theory into practice and knowledge into action, and honing the kinds of 21st century skills critical to global citizens. UCSC is committed to providing our undergraduates with transformative and personalized educational experiences, something epitomized in our system of 10 colleges that each provide a unique learning and living community within the larger university. College 9's theme is international and global perspectives, a theme that is purposefully addressed in the variety of courses and co-curricular programming we design. Undergraduates analyze issues such as globalization, international conflict, human rights, and global economy in the core course. They live on the I-Floor, or International Living Center. They attend Intercultural Community Weekend, and they engage in student-facilitated learning in the Global Action class. And these are just some of the examples of the programs that we offer at College 9. We believe that the critical thinking, cultural competency, and understanding we foster prepare our students to succeed in our complex and highly interconnected world. Graduates, I am hopeful for the future because of you. In this time of rupture, you see the possibilities for structural change and have the courage to advocate for a society that is more just, more inclusive, and more sustainable. I know that I speak for your families and communities when I express how proud we are of you and what you have accomplished. Congratulations. I'm delighted to introduce our first College 9 student speaker, Garima Desai. Garima is graduating summa cum laude as a double major in environmental studies and economics, with highest honors in both. As a student at UCSC, Garima undertook research under the guidance of Dr. Adam Millard Ball and co-authored a paper with him about housing and transportation in San Francisco, a learning experience that inspires her to pursue a path in environmental work.
We did it. Yes, we did it. Class of 2020, my dear friends, we did it. We made it through several years of college. We made it through all the ups and downs and twists and turns that these last few years have put us through. Our year, class of 2020, we're going down in history because we made it through. We graduated in the midst of a pandemic. We adapted to an entire virtual quarter. All of us, as banana slugs together, made it through the hardships that the universe has dropped on us. However, all of these things have only made us stronger. We are the resilient, adaptable, strong class of 2020. And even further, we are the College 9 graduates of 2020. We are a unique group that has brought together all of our diverse perspectives and shown what embracing and understanding cultural differences looks like. Before I go any further, I would like to take a moment to deeply thank all of the people who have made it possible for us to be here. Our friends, families, and loved ones, our dedicated professors, our dear folks who run the university, the dining hall employees, custodians, maintenance teams, my fellow RAs, and of course, our entire class of graduates. We have all supported each other and provided love and hugs when we needed it most. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, because I'm sure many of you have similar stories. I am a Bay Area native that moved an hour away for school, coming in undecided with an interest in the environment. I was never the best student in high school, but I loved learning, and I was so excited for college. I remember the night I got into UCSC. It was midnight, I read the congratulations, and my jaw dropped. I had saved the song Sweet Victory from SpongeBob, and I said that once I get into college, I will blast this song and hone in that sweet victory of getting accepted. Sure enough, I woke up to my parents to my loud belting, but I was having a great time. Shortly after celebrating, I realized something. I knew that UCSC and College 9 especially provide so many opportunities to their students. UCSC is a world-renowned leader in research, and College 9 has such a strong culture of embracing differences and celebrating each other for who we are. During my time in College 9, I became a resident assistant and connected with over 100 smart, talented, and kind residents. All of the wonderful people at College 9 have taught me so much about global issues and how all of our different upbringings allow us to have a unique perspective on the world. I can name countless discussions I had in my core class or in the dorms about how our generation will be the change the world needs. In engaging with my residents, I know that all of us came here in different ways. Some of us came to college knowing what we wanted to be from day one. Others, like me, came in undecided. However, there is one common theme I notice among all of us. We are all passionate about what we do. Everyone I meet is engaged in research, in student organizations, in college clubs, in internships. That's what I love about Banana Slugs. We don't just go through the motions of getting a degree and getting a job. We dive into what we do. And here's how my journey went. After taking environmental science in my last year of high school, I soon realized that I wanted to study the environment, but I wanted to carve my own path. I thought about how I could strengthen my environmental approach by adding in economics, thinking, people speak money. But all I wanted to do was learn how to make the greatest impact in saving our environment. In my high school, everyone basically laughed at me for my field. They would always ask me, what are you going to do with that subject? What kind of job will you get? This made me want to search for some false sense of credibility to prove that I can take my interest in the environment and make it my career. When I came to UCSC, I realized that this credibility I was looking for came from my own passion for the subject. Everywhere, I saw students and professors digging into their work. making groundbreaking discoveries to restore degraded habitats, creating more sustainable food systems, and addressing the existential threat of climate change. One of the greatest things I've learned during my time at UCSC is that you can make any subject, anything that you are truly passionate about, worthwhile, practical, and world-changing. And to answer my critics in high school asking, what will you do with environmental studies? Well, I expanded the boundaries of what I thought was even possible in my major. I had the honor to serve as a research assistant for 3 world-class professors in the environmental studies and economics departments. I was able to share my joy of environmental policy by being a teaching assistant and a grader. I presented at the Symposium for Undergraduate Research and won Best Oral Presentation. I lived in Portland for a summer to study transportation. So we all take what we love and we make it our lives. That's what it means to be a banana slug. Yes, banana slugs are cute and small and squishy, but we're tough. We have withstood the challenges that the class of 2020 has faced. We do what we love and we make our dreams a reality. I urge all of you, for beyond UCSC, to stay committed to your dreams and your passion and what truly drives you. Don't let anyone judge your interests or push you away from what you want to do. Stay resilient, stay strong, and seize every opportunity that glances your way. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Our second graduation speaker is Melanie Jane Macanas-Cuevas. Melanie is graduating with a major in business management economics. During her time at UCSC, Melanie was active in multiple organizations, including Kappa Kappa Gamma and Delta Sigma Pi. In addition, she worked at the college's 9 and 10 activities office as a community programs assistant for the past 4 years. Melanie owes all of her accomplishments to her mom, Melissa Cuevas, for raising her and her brother by herself. She strives to use her degree to give her mother everything she deserves and so much more.
Hello, graduates, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and welcome to the College 9 Commencement Ceremony of 2020. I'm so honored to have the opportunity to speak in front of all of you. About 4 years ago, I gave a speech at my high school graduation. I distinctly remember telling my peers to not let the past 4 years of your life be the best years of your life, because that is certainly not a life well lived. I also remember it not being the most uplifting speech. In fact, a newspaper commented on my speech saying, Senior Class President Melanie Cuevas, rather than encourage her classmates to reach for the stars, she instead urged her fellow graduates to not worry too much about the future, unfolding in a fairy tale storybook fashion. This speech might play out a little differently. 3 years ago, I became the college's 9 and 10 graduation assistant and spent months planning the 2017 commencement ceremony. For the past few years, I watched students with excitement as they lined up and waited to enter the quarry, listened to the roaring applause as names were called, and smiled, watching families, parents, and students joyously crying over this life-changing day, while I was backstage with a walkie-talkie handing individual water cups to each graduate before they crossed the stage. I remember thinking to myself, I can't wait for this day. But little did I know that this was how graduation was going to take place, virtual and upended by the pandemic. COVID-19 has impacted all of us in so many different ways. We know that it's particularly devastating and deadly for the members of our society who are already marginalized by race and class. In this country, at the same time, Asians and Asian Americans have been subjected to a different epidemic, waves of xenophobia and discrimination. We have been the victims of verbal and physical abuse, including hate crimes. Last quarter, I had the privilege to study abroad in Italy. It started off as the most amazing opportunity, experiencing cross-cultural connection. But by the end of my time there in Italy, Italy has been profoundly affected by COVID-19, and with that came discrimination. A week before my program was shut down early due to the pandemic, I decided to travel to a different city. When I sat down on the bus, people scooted away from me, gave me dirty looks, and they mumbled insults about me to each other and covered their mouths with whatever fabric or clothing they could pull in that second. At that moment, I felt very much like a foreigner in a different country. However, in the United States, immigrants and people of color are judged, mistreated, and often looked down upon every single day. There has been a long history of economic, cultural, and racial antagonisms against people of Asian descent in this country. And while most of the current hostility is targeted towards China, we know that racism is indiscriminate, attacking groups that bear the slightest resemblance to each other. People are equated with being contagion, the humanity denied. Now more than ever, I've received the question, but where are you really from? I am Filipino American. I am stuck between two cultures that do not claim ownership to me. I lost part of my cultural identity due to the Western beauty standards, the simulation to the American culture, and the minority model myths. And I would have lost all of my cultural identity if it wasn't for my grandparents. I've had the privilege to live with my grandpa and grandma since the day I was born. They taught me about their experiences, the stories, and the beauty of our heritage and culture. Our elders are the keepers of wisdom and knowledge, often the ones who keep our social fabric closely knit. As I grow older, I've realized that my grandparents have profoundly shaped my entire identity, and I wouldn't be who I am today without my grandparents. I lost both of my grandparents earlier last year, and although they're no longer around, I feel them in every step I take, every sound I hear, and every breath I take, and I will continue to share and pass down their history and experiences with others just like they did for me. So when you ask me, where am I really from? I'm from a single mother, through tireless dedication, raised me and my brother. I'm from a brother whose advice about everything from study skills to self-defense made me who I am today. And I'm from my grandparents' culture, their roots, and their experience. And I'm proud to say that I'm from College 9. I've had the opportunity to work as a community programs assistant in the activities office at colleges 9 and 10 for the past 4 years. I got to create and plan events surrounding important topics in our society, such as sexual harassment, immigration, food insecurity, and so much more. Over these past few years, I've come in contact with thousands of students, interacting, attending, participating in our events to educate themselves on these global issues. This is what College 9 has taught me. This is what our theme, International Global Perspectives, mean to me. To not be silenced during the face of injustice. To be resilient, not just in the current situation, but for the situations that stand before us. To use our knowledge and privilege to fight for change in the hands of oppression. I am Asian American, and my ethnicity is not a virus. So yes, Senior Class President Melanie Cuevas was wrong. We don't need to worry about our future. We need to fight for it. And I will repeat the same words I said 4 years ago. Do not let these past 4 years be the best years of your life, because we will use these moments and experiences during college, as well as our degree and education, to instill a foundation for the betterment of our society and future generations. College 9 will never stop fighting for what's right. Class of 2020 will never stop fighting for a change, and I will never stop fighting. Then, and only then, will it be the best years of our lives. This degree is not just for you. It's for our families who fought hard to give us a better life. And for me, it's for my guardian angels, Mama and Papa. I did it. Thank you. Congratulations, Class of 2020. We made it.
Our keynote speaker is Associate Professor of Anthropology, Mayanthi Fernando. Professor Fernando is a scholar of religion, post-coloniality, gender and sexuality, political pluralism, and human-non-human entanglements. She earned her BA from Harvard University and her MA and PhD from the University of Chicago. A recipient of the prestigious School of Advanced Research Weatherhead Fellowship, Professor Fernando joined the faculty of UCSC in 2008. She directs the Center for Cultural Studies, a vibrant space of intellectual exchange that spans different disciplines and divisions. She's an outstanding teacher and mentor for students, winning the Division of Social Sciences Golden Apple Award in 2016.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mayanthi Fernando. I teach in the anthropology department, and next year I will be the interim provost of colleges 9 and 10 when your fabulous provost, Flora Liu, is on sabbatical. I first want to congratulate the class of 2020 of College 9 and College 10. I know that you're graduating into some very strange times. I wish that we were doing an in-person commencement. I wish that things were normal. But unfortunately, we have to make do with what we have, and I'm giving my commencement keynote from my garden. So forgive the ambient noise. There will be bird sounds, possibly animal sounds, but this is what we're living with now. I began the year with a College 9 plenary for first years in the college, where I told a story about my mother, so I thought I would end the year with another story about her. This is a story within a story, though. When I was a little girl, my mother used to tell me a story about a great king who lived in a grand kingdom and had 3 daughters. One day, he asked his daughters how much they loved him. The first daughter said, "Father, I love you as much as all the gold in your kingdom," and the king was satisfied. The second daughter said, "I love you as much as all the silver in the kingdom," and the king was satisfied. The third daughter thought a little bit and said, Father, I love you as much as meat loves salt. The king did not understand this answer. In fact, it is a very strange answer, and it seemed utterly meaningless to compare love to salt rather than to gold and silver. And the king, thinking that his daughter either didn't love him or wasn't taking the question seriously, banished this third daughter. She went into the woods for a while, then came back, and unbeknownst to the king, took a job as a dishwasher in the royal court's kitchen, making her way up over the years to the position of head cook. One day the king demanded a royal feast, and the third daughter cooked everything as the royal court's cook. The king began to eat his meat, but it was tasteless. He demanded to know what was going on. At that point, the cook came out and told the king that all the meat had been prepared without salt. The king suddenly realized that the cook standing in front of him was his daughter, and he realized, too, what she had meant when she told him many years earlier that she loved him as much as meat loves salt. Now, this is a totally bizarre story, and I never really understood it as a child when my mother would tell it to me. But it suddenly came back to me a few weeks ago when I was out buying salt for my mom. Because of the pandemic and because she's elderly, she can't go out, and so I do her shopping for her. And I was suddenly struck by how my love for her isn't demonstrated in grand gestures, but in small ones, like going to the grocery store to buy her salt. Most commencement speeches are about how graduates will go out in the world and be great, all the great things you'll do, about how you'll make your communities and your country great. These are strange times, though, and perhaps a time to reflect on what greatness is, what it means to be great. I still don't fully understand the story about salt and meat, but I think it calls us to realize that greatness, that richness, lies in the small and the mundane and the humble, not in gold and silver, but in salt. I'm a teacher, so I want to use that story as a kind of classroom exercise. I have 3 takeaways from that story that I want to share with you, and also 3 questions that I want you to think about. Consider it your homework for the future. My first takeaway: it's the small things we do that make us who we are. It's the small ways you treat yourself and the way you treat others, your parents, siblings, your friends, strangers, birds and animals and plants, the small, ordinary acts of love and kindness and generosity that make you who you are, that make you the best that you can be. So I want to ask you, what are the small acts through which you will be great in the world to come? The second takeaway: it is through these small acts that we also make our worlds and our communities better places to live for all. It is salt, after all, that makes meat great. It's the thousands of small things that create the web of life, that connect us to each other. In pandemic times like these, it's wearing a mask not just to protect yourself, but to protect those around you, especially those more vulnerable than you. A community, whether it's local or global, is created and sustained by infinite small acts of care and generosity, ordinary ways in which we come together, protect each other, work to make each other and our communities great. So I ask you, what are the small things that you can do to make your world, the world to come, a better, more livable, more just place for all? Third, and finally, I take from that strange story the fact that ultimately salt is worth more than gold or silver, that richness lies in the small things, the humble things. After all, gold and silver can buy you all the meat in the world, but it will be inedible without salt. It is salt that is essential to living, not gold and silver. In fact, the English word salary is derived from the Latin term salarium, which referred to the allowance given to soldiers in the Roman army to buy salt, considered an essential commodity. Sal means salt, hence salarium and eventually salary. The pandemic has made us all think about what is essential to us, about essential workers. And we've come to realize, I think, that it's doctors and nurses, teachers and janitors, electricians and plumbers, soup kitchen operators and farm workers who hold our worlds together. So I ask you, as you go forth in the world, how can you be essential to your community, to the world? This is a classroom exercise, so I'll recap the 3 questions I've just asked you to think about. First, what are the small acts through which you will be great in the world to come? Second, what are the small things that you can do to make your world, the world to come, a better, more livable, more just place for all? And third, as you go forth in the world, how can you be essential to your community, to the world? As you think about these questions, I hope you'll think about the story that my mother, who was also a teacher, the story that my mother used to tell me as a child about salt, that small, unpretentious little crystal that is so important to life. And I hope you'll remember that it is in the small, not in the grand gestures of gold and silver, but in the ordinary, humble, small gesture of salt. It is in the small that we make ourselves great, that we make each other great, and that we make the world great and good and just. Congratulations to all of you. Go forth and be great.
Irk Ejar Akar. Ashritha Akutharaman. Rowan S. Adelson. Shreya Hasitha Adluri. Fransom Rosemarie Campued Aguilar. Alexis Alamia Martinez. Aurora Alparaz. Mammon Al-Salahi. Jennifer Arazola. Giselle Vanessa Audiro. Daniel C. Avery. Samrawit Ayeli. Joaquin Banuelos. Brittany Marisol Barron. Vishkaha Bhushan. Alondra S. Bonilla. Cesar Brito. Lilia Grace Brunsman. Naomi Busio. Nathan Perrin Calapine.
Madison Carrasco.
Katiana Holland M. Cartwright. Rebecca Caitlin Castro Cepeda. Justin Cham. Steve Chan. Natalie Beth Chavez. Bryce Anthony Chichili. Abby Chen. Jeremiah C. Chen. Jingyu Harry Chen. Yongya Chen. Camille Kayan Cheng. Ashwin Chidambaram. Evan J. Chopra. Brian C.J. Chu. Tiffany Chung. Dylan Saramelli Lowe. Anaya Elise Clark. Carolina Contreras. Evan R. Cook, Melanie Jane McConis Cuevas, Zai Dai, Cindy Marisol D'Alba, Leslie Naomi de Dios Muniz, Kevin Delgado Cunningham, Yu Hao Deng, Garame Pranav Desai,
Neha Dhayanand,
Kay Din,
Mekhal J. Dixon Farrell, Lourdes Dizon,
Avneet Singh Dasanji, Yash Dua, Marius Paul Dumatrine, Eric Hasashi Dunbar, Peri Lyn Edwards, Vicky Waiki Feng, Alicia Filateo, Henry Cheyenne Fong, Julia Catherine Fuller, Nikki Fung, Sathya Gataraju, Brianna Marie Gaffney, Roberto Galindo, Vineet Gangadharan, Gabriela Garcia,
Justin Garcia,
Ryan S. Gee, Joshua Jon Gersh, Samantha A. Grande, Selena Guan, Maxwell Gumbinger, Rukai Gupta, Matthew Samer Halta, Shada Ines Hamai, Jia Han, Lauren Noel Hansen, Luai He, Jenica Lynn Hireman, Maverick Ho, Kayla Huang, Ryan Hung, Jeanette Hook, Danielle Marie Howard, Yongsheng Zhu, Jessie Huang, Michelle Huang, Thomas Huang, Kyle Joseph Hughes, Grace M. Hunter, Cynthia Kyun Hyun, Ted Huang, Sabrina Ann Iluman, Vignesh V. Iyer, Rishab Jain, Shruti Jain, Fiona Janke, Arisbeth Jaramillo Del Rio, Jessie Jiang,
Zhuahui Jiang,
Patale Johnson, Soon Woo Jung, Aisha Uday Kane, Andrew Kim, Mayan Kim, Yujin Komatsu, Serene Kotal, Idaida Kumbahar, Ivy La, Aslyn Elizabeth Lacey, Natasha Lal, Q Lam, Morgan A. Lanyon, Jackie Lau,
John Laura,
Josephine Shu Larson, Nadia Lau, Nathan Haimin Lee, Nicholas Lee, Jack Lacrone, Erika Lee, Isaiah Lee, Tung Lin Lee, Jordan Lung, Angel Lai, Cecilia Li, Xiaosong Lai, Wiying Liang, Kaisheng Liao, Maria Julio Lima de Souza Rice, Yai Lin, Haeyoung Liu, Vivian Lowe, Bruno Herrera Lopez, Jose Alejandro Lopez, Isaac Loza, Alice Liu, Brian Gunther Lucht, Francisco Javier Macias, Susanna G. Madrigal, Kenneth Cheng Mai, Diego Majewski,
Harsh Malhotra,
Manthan Malikarjan,
Shivaswarup Manchakupam Ashok,
Guoxuan Mao, Raiwen Mao, Brendan Martinez, Jose Alfredo Martinez, Maya Matsuoka, Daria Mattly, Michael McKinney, Gabriel Benjamin Melgoza Tucker, Isabella Mina, Alina Mendoza,
Alexander Miller,
Vanessa J. Min, Nishith Modi, Sarah Mohayyadin, Edgar U. Montenegro,
Erika Montes,
Justin J. Morales, Mackenzie Lynn Morris, Sarah Musavi Shandi, Bryan K. Munoz, Lisa Muser, Parvati Prakash Nair, Pranav Krishnan Namputhiri, Haritha Narsimhan, Sanjana Natraj, Howard Howai Nyo, Ngai Cheng Ng, Ryan Kolok Nyo, Alvin Kwai Nguyen, Julia Nguyen, Megan Nguyen, Sylviane Nguyen, Gabrielle Olson, Jose Salvador Orellana, Isaac Ornelas, Ariana Louise Palmieri, Fun Palmo, Krishna Anil Panchal, Swechaha Parajuli, Jacqueline Park, Rihanna Patel. Rushika Gauri Patel. Zayadani Jeanette Perez. Katherine Pham. Tiffany W. Fan. Nareda Plancarte. Stephanie Lynette Pullman. Alma Gloria Quintero. Natalie Marie Raccanelli. Kobe Ramirez. Rainier Dylan Ramos. Tyler Reynolds. Brian M. Rodriguez. Eric Wrong. Ian D. Rudd. Jacqueline Ruiz. Marissa Salamat. Julissa Jocelyn Salcedo Del Toro. Julia Sales. Megan Marie Sampier Prochnow. Samantha Sanchez Warrague. Sanat Kumar Sangamali. Gabriela Servin Sandejas. Morgan Sesnan. Zain Ahmad Shafiki. Zohan Shawali.
Dingyu Shi.
Emil Schmidt. Marissa Christina Silva. Ayush Singh. Grant Skidmore. Emily Smolgowski. Victoria Sokolov. Yash V. Solanki. Karina Sankar. Megan Diana Spitzer. Kimberly M. Sullivan. Jackie Sun. Kimberly A. Zetto. Jordan Tam. Nahal Tondell. Stephen Tang. Nicole M. Teague. Sarah Nessa Tejakasuma. Laura Tellez. Devonshai Thacker. Jared Eldon Toma. Karishma Thoda. Vaidhai Tribawala, Damian Torres, Andrew Tran,
Anna Trevino,
Ethan Tu, Jasmine Michelle Volley, Gabriel J. Vandasande, Manasa Venkatasan, Emmanuel Wade, Joyu Wan, Sage Wang, Talia Wang, Ryan D. Watkins, Jasmine Camille Webb,
Grace Weinzettel, Margaret Wentworth,
Lailani Westman, Grace Wigington, Justin Chai-Yin Wong, Winnie Wong, Rowan Joyce Wood, Jinyai Wu, Kelly Zhao, Justin Ji, Linhao Jiang, Carl Yahada Peterson, Evelyn Yap, Anna J. Yun, Andrew Walid Zarzar, Terrence Jaikai Zhang, Corey Zhang, Waikian Zhang, Yuzhen Zhang, Zaijuan Zhang,
Isaac Zimmerman,
Vivian Zhu,
Students, please rise if you are able. College 9, Class of 2020. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents and the President of the University of California, I now confer upon you the degrees of Bachelor of Arts or Sciences as appropriate, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining. You may now move your tassels from right to left, signifying the conferral of your degree. Graduates, you accomplished much in your time at UC Santa Cruz. And despite the current challenges, I know that great things lie ahead for you. You leave us now as Banana Slug alumni, but we hope that you will keep in touch. Please stay safe, stay well, and stay connected. Congratulations and good luck.